And welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. So today we are going to give Miss Goldenstaff here a new home. This orchid I have had since May of 2021. I put her in this Leca setup back in June of 2021 with the help of the wonderful Nina from Ninja's Orchids, because she grows basically her entire collection in Leca or hydrogen, which are just clay pebbles. And this hydrogen, these clay pebbles right here, I got from the Orchid Supply Store, which is a sponsor of our channel. And if you'd like to get 12% off of anything that you purchase, you can use coupon code TRISH at checkout. Remember, it is spring. There's going to be lots of repotting. He's got beautiful orchids, houseplants, pots, you name it. Ken's got it. Go check it out. As always, everything is in my description below. Go to orchidsupplystore.com, coupon code TRISH at checkout. Now, this lady had a double spiking not too long ago. I just cut this spike right here off about 3 days ago. This spike that was on this side, I cut about 2 weeks ago, and look what she's doing. She is working on another spike. She has this beautiful new leaf growing, roots galore. So it is time to put her into a new setup, because once we get her out of the pot, you're going to see that pot is getting ready to break. I do have two sizes of pots over here that we're going to look at. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be way too large for her, and I think this one will probably work better. But these are the ones that I got off of Amazon. If I don't use this one, because this is a 2-packer, if I don't use this one, I do have a plan. I will need to get some more hydrogen for it, but I do have a plan, and I'll take you guys along for that. So if you are curious as to what's going to go into this large one, if she doesn't go in there, but like I said, I have another one, go ahead and subscribe. And if you don't mind, while you're down there, go ahead and like the video, and let's get her out of her pot, see what's going on. So we have our handy dandy little bowl here. She has been soaking for about 30 minutes in a CalMag mix. Let's drain her a little bit, and then I will get her close to you. Now, this root down here did not look like this last week, but we do have right down here where, right up to there. So we'll just pull that off right now. But look at this. Look at this beauty. Can you see all the roots coming out of her? Now there will be some root loss. I have decided I am not going to cut this pot. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And her crown, as you can see, has come up, and she is bending as they are prone to do. So let's pour out what we can. Let me see. Yeah, oh, it's got some give to it, but not a lot. Go ahead. Oh, I have a beautiful root right here that's got a beautiful root tip on it. We will try to save as many as we can, depending on what we see in the pot. And because all of these aerial roots, as you can see, have beautiful growing tips, I'm going to try to get some of those into that pot as well. Let's see, this might not be as easy. I was thinking that this Leca was just going to fall out, but she is packed in there pretty good. And there is a lot. Let me show you guys. Look at this. This is me messing up at the beginning. Way too much salt, not enough flushing. I have learned my lesson, and since I have done more flushing, she has actually not gotten that much salt buildup. So the ones that are in here, keep squeezing and shaking and squeezing and shaking. My goodness, she's stuck. Like a bead's going everywhere here. Okay, it's starting to loosen. And there we go. Ah, the tag finally fell off. So this is the DTPS Stingray Goldenstaff. There's the tag, a little bit faded on the end, but that's all right. Now, I'm not going to fuss too much with getting the Leca beads off. I am, however, going to fuss about getting the roots out. And I will try my best. Let's see. Actually, that one is already kinked and broken, so we'll just cut it off. That's the one that had that beautiful root tip on it, but, well, I guess she'll just have to suffer. Let's see, with that one, we may be able to follow it here. So it's growing back into the pot, and we'll grab it out there. And then this goes through here and here. So those two, let's see, where's this one? Those two can probably be saved because that's a big enough hole. Let's just start taking her out from the crown here. Let's see where we're going to grab her, right there. And I don't know how much of this you guys are seeing, but I'm going to press here to kind of loosen these roots out a little bit. Because I want to keep this pot if I can, but I feel like it's not going to work. Maybe if we push her like that. Oh my goodness. I think I waited too long. So she's been in here over 2 years, and I really don't want to lose these beautiful long roots if I can help it. Normally I wouldn't worry about it too much, but there we go, there we go, there we go. Come on, don't break at the end. All right, so we got that one out. I wonder if we can get this one out as well. Now this one that I'm pulling out now does have a little kinking, but it's okay. Let's see, where else are we stuck here? Ah, underneath. Okay, so you know what? We're just going to clip this little one right here off because she's already got a little, whoops, sorry about that little bit of deadness there. That's got a growing tip, and that one is definitely kinked, so we'll cut that one off. That one's kinked on the inside too, so it's already broken. Well, we saved 2 of them, and I'm just going to reuse this string because this one is, all right, so let's see what we've got. Well, we've got some casualties here, just a few, not too many, not too bad, not too shabby. Now, I am going to try to take the Leca off that has the major salt buildup on it, like these. I will take those off, but if there's not a lot of salt buildup on the Leca bead, I'm not gonna worry too much. And these are some beautiful roots. I will link the 2 videos because I did do a recorded when I put her in Leca, and then we did an update. We being Nina and I, we kind of did a video together where we were both transitioning a Phalaenopsis into Leca, and there is some salt buildup around her crown there. Let's check for root damage here. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Let's see if we can find some. Now, if you look, like these roots back here, see how dark they are? They look like they might be dead, but they are firm. So we are leaving them in there. That's probably over fertilizing and some root damage from too much salt. But overall, she looks fantabulous. Looks just beautiful. Look at that. Now I am going to take these 2 lower leaves off just so I can set her down a little bit further into the pot. I might take 3 leaves off. What do you guys think? If we take those 3 leaves off, that'll give us this right here. Yeah, I think let's do the first bottom 2 and see what she looks like. Now, if she were in the pot, I would have split. So if she were in the pot, I would have split the leaf down the middle and just broken it off like that. But since she's out and I can really get down in here, and then what I do is I pinch it. I just take it and I get as close to it as I can and I pinch it. And then it just comes right on off. Now, if she had new roots in that area, obviously I would be a little more careful. I think we'll leave her like this because now that I've taken those 2 off, these 2 are a little more uniform and she will sit better in there. All right, let's do the big pot first because I really want to see what that looks like. I'm pretty sure it's going to be way too big, but let's see. So if I do that though, I can get a lot of these aerial roots in there. And I probably should have soaked those aerial roots before I got them in there, but well, let's see. If I do it that way, maybe like that. What do you think? I think she's going to be a little too big in there. Let me move y'all up just a wee bit here. Let's see if I can do this without too much of a jiggle for you guys. I think that's too big. What do you guys think? Like that, she doesn't look, even though it's going to be an inorganic setup, she can sit in here for a while. I just think that looks aesthetically not pleasing. Now, let's do this one and put her in here. Because I did set her in these pots while she was still in her original pot, just to kind of get an idea of what she might look like. You know what, let's not try to force the aerial roots in there right now because we're just trying to see what she's going to look like. Hold on. Turn that one. That one has to go in there. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think I like that much better. And I'm going to set her kind of back just because she is doing all this growth. All right, so let's get our water in here. Now this one right here, this pot here, I have to remember she has a spike, but this pot here actually came with a little Ceramus container for the bottom. I'm not using the Ceramus, like I said. I'm just going to use, there it is. I almost picked up a root thinking this, because I'm just going to set it kind of in the center once I get everything in there. And hopefully that'll work out. If not, then I will unpot her, and of course I will add a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm filling in the water, and this is just filtered water. And I think I will soak some of these aerial roots in here for a little bit and then come back so that they don't break once we start putting her into a lay pot. So we'll be back in just a few. So she's been soaking for just a little bit. Thought I moved everything out of the way. Apparently I did not. And we have, I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you can see it from way over there. Let me take her out of here real quick and show you. So I took the opportunity to clean her leaves while she was soaking, but do you see this? I split that brand new leaf. So now I need to be extra careful that I don't split it all the way down. She should continue growing that leaf, but time will tell. And those aerial roots are fairly hydrated. We're going to go ahead and start putting our Leca in. I've got to tell you guys, this Leca from the Orchid Supply Store, OMG, when I say awesome saucin', like it is the best I have bought ever. So I did my usual where I cooked it or boiled it, and when I put it in to the container the first time to soak overnight, none of the pebbles were floating. When I say none, the entire bag, none of them were floating. That's a sign this is some good clay. And the first TDS reading that I did was only 112 after soaking overnight. Not bad. The other hydroton that I normally use, I start off at like 250, 300 after the first soak, and I have to cook and soak and cook and soak for about a week. This, after the second cooking and then soaking it overnight, I got a ppm of like 23. So anything under 100, I will take. So I'm going to set her kind of back here, which I know you really can't see, but there's not very much space back here, and I'm going to fill her in the front first. So look how much space she has to grow. This is kind of where we're at. I'll show you guys once we get the Leca in here. And I might just fast forward over this. You guys have seen Leca being put into bowls before. I'm going to fix this one aerial root that just keeps wanting to pop out, and I want it to stay in. So let me hook it underneath another root without damaging it. There it is. For those of you who do watch Nina over at Ninja's Orchids, know that she puts water in her container first so that the leca can just drop in and there is going to be less damage to our roots and the velamen that protects them. And I'm hoping I guessed this correctly. I probably should have put these in the pot first to see if I had enough leca, but we're here now. All right, I'm gonna take my little hand and just kind of wiggle it around. And like I said, I have her kind of set back so she has plenty of room to lean forward over the next few years. Finally got that one root I was fighting with to kind of at least lay flat. So I'm going to put the leca off to the side so that it falls over that root. There we go. And here I am pushing on that new leaf. I'm just going to lift it up so I know it's there. All right, now let's turn her around. I might have gotten too much water in here. Actually, I think I do. And I forgot to put the strip in there, so we're just going to go with what we have. And I just spilled water everywhere. Good thing I have my towel to absorb it. All right. I'm stressed about this leaf now. It's not good, guys. Not good. But I think she'll be all right. And the leca I'm using is a mixture of mainly small and medium leca. There are a few larger pieces in here that I just didn't pick out. On the whole, it's mainly the small and medium, so she probably doesn't need the wick. I'll keep an eye and see how it goes, and if I need to, I will take her out and put the wick in at another time before she gets too settled in here. Let's see, do a little bit more maybe in the back. Lift that leaf up, there we go. That's about what I want her to do there. And then we will need some more in the front, but I'm going to take her out of here. So we can see what we've got here. And because I don't have anywhere to put her at the moment, dump most of this water out in here. As you can tell, I am not as experienced and prepared as Ms. Nina, but over time I might get it right. So as you can see, set pretty far back in the pot, and then I'm just filling in up here at the top to make sure that she has her leca everywhere she needs it. Give her a good tapping here. Make sure it all goes in. Another sign that I knew it was time to repot her was she was drying out much quicker than she was in the past. Okay, yep, she's in exactly where I want her to be. Oh, she just looks so pretty in this pot. All right, let's just use our hand now. Careful with that leaf. And I have my paper towel over here to dry off any splashes. Make sure nothing gets into the crown. Oh, I am so upset with myself with that leaf, guys. I'll take a picture and post it because it's almost all the way down. So hopefully she decides that she is going to hold on to it. And maybe now that that one's damaged, maybe she'll start on another one. Or maybe we can take, no, we're not gonna, I was gonna say, or maybe I could take some tape and tape it back, but I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm afraid if I mess with it, I might end up just doing more damage than good. All right, let me get the rest of this in here. And I did leave one aerial root out in the back, and then this one that I left out here, it's growing underneath a leaf right there. Well, maybe if I can get these leaves out of the way, right there. And in order to get it in, that leaf would have been in the way. So decided I would leave her out. And she's an aerial root producer already, so I am not worried about her and her aerial roots because I love the aerial roots. She will more than likely just keep pushing those out as well. And now that she's got a pot that she can spread her wings in, pretty sure that this pot will be good for her for, I'm hoping, for about 3 years. That's my goal with this pot right here. Like I said, with the In organic media, you don't have to repot as often because there's no breakdown, and any roots that might die off or anything like that, all the decay and everything, it just gets flushed out when you do a nice flush, which now that I have learned my lesson, she will definitely be getting lots of flushes for the next few weeks just to get that oxygen built up in her system. And I'm trying to match the height of the Leca that it was when I initially took her out of here, just so that she is comfortable in her new little digs here. And then she can just decorate it with that lovely new spike that she's got growing. Let's see, I feel like I have an empty spot there. And I'm going to take some fresh filtered water, and we are going to fill her in so that I can shake her and get everything settled. I hear the bubbles. There's lots and lots of space in there. Let me kind of shake her a little bit, and we'll do that as well. Kind of pat the sides just to get it all to settle in, fill in any air pockets that might be in there that are too big. I don't want too big of an air pocket in here, but with these clay pebbles, there's going to be plenty of airspace and places for the oxygen to go in and the water to fill, and hoping with the small and the medium Leca that will help keep it all nice and hydrated so I don't have to go back in and put the wick that I forgot to put in there. So I'll end up washing this and using it for another orchid. And I see a little water spot right here that is close to the crown. I love the way she looks in this pot. Oh, she is going to be loving life in here for a while. But as you can see, the crown is right above that Leca line, which is where she was initially. And she's got all the space in the front here to grow and lean and do exactly whatever it is she wants to do. And we still have a few aerial roots sitting out here, which if you've been watching me for a while, know how much I love my Phalaenopsis aerial roots. And the Cattleyas, they do a lot of aerial roots too. And I will keep you guys updated on this lovely leaf here, as well as my spike, which I may end up cutting the spike anyway. I'll just see how she does after her upgrade here. So she went from this little pot here to this. Now, if I was using organic media, bark, moss, something like that, there's no way I would have up-potted her to such a large size difference. This, I believe, is a 5-inch, and this is an 8. So there's no way I would have done that with organic media, just because it would have broken down much quicker, because I would have had to water it a lot more, that whole thing, and the media would have stayed wet. Whereas with inorganic media, such as hydrogen balls, or as we like to call them, Leca, or some people use pumice stones, some people use rocks, charcoal, lava, that kind of stuff, it doesn't break down, so it lasts longer, and really pot size at that point doesn't really matter. Now, because I've been growing for a while and I kind of know my phals, if I had chosen to use organic media, bark, moss, whatever, I've been doing it long enough, I kind of know in my environment here in my living room kind of what I can get away with. But at the same time, it would be a waste of product, because I would have to definitely repot before the orchid was outgrowing that pot, if that makes any sense. So leave comments down below. Let me know what you saw that I did that I can improve on the next time I do a little Leca repot. And do you think she's going to abort finishing this leaf, starting a new one, or do you think this one will continue growing? In my experience, this will continue to grow, but it's not going to grow to its fullest potential because it has been damaged, and she will push out another leaf shortly. Everyone have a beautiful rest of today, and I will see you on the next one.